Hello, welcome in. My name is Karsha Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and we're back for our long-awaited third episode, I believe, of our Fido and Friends. So, hi everybody.
Hey.
Hi.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, glad to have this back up and running.
Yeah, we could have actually done this last week, but we had some miscommunications, and we had something else prepped instead, just because we didn't think we were going to be able to do it. So it kind of worked against us a little bit, but at least we're back. We're going to have some fun, and we have no idea what was happening because it's been a month, I believe, since we've last played.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
In this at least, I believe.
Yeah.
So does anyone want to do the introductions and bits and pieces? Because I'm just exhausted.
All right. I am Game Reaper Oz. You can check me up at Gathering of Nerds. In fact, later today, I believe we are streaming Vampire the Masquerade.
Brisbane by night.
Yeah. And I am the GM for this little thing we've been doing.
Wayward?
I am No Name Wayward, and I'm playing Lysenthundaji, the lizard folk aberrant sorcerer. A very scary boy.
Okay.
Very edgy boy.
Yes, always edgelord.
Yeah.
Always edgelord. Ursame?
Hi, I'm May, and I'm playing Fido, the good boy.
We always need a counter for the edge.
Yeah.
A champion. Pathfinder 2E paladin, basically.
Yeah. So the pug champion, yes.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Karsha Goblin, and I'm playing Tika the Goblin, our druid, with his bear Cuddles or something. I can't remember his name. Tiddles, apparently. As I said, it's been a while. I just want to note that the audio that we're using is from Fall of Plaguestone in Syrinscape itself, so check them out. This is a really cool sound set. It's actually to do what we're actually using. Yeah, Chibi.
Hi guys, I'm Chibi. I'm playing E03 the Squat, who is a Goblin Ranger, and I think I'm just going to be trying to shoot things. Really? Yeah, that's my plan for today. Oh, and the goblins, so myself and Taka, are the most intelligent in the party. Go figure.
By a long way as well.
Yeah, funny how that happens.
By a very long way.
Not really that long.
Oh, we've got 10s and 8s. Okay, we've got 12 as the goblins, but still. In goblin circumstance, it's a long way. So I think we're doing a murder mystery. Would you like to do a...
Look, I was trying to write my notes because, this whole time everyone's like, goblins don't write things down. So I was literally not writing things down, and then the break happened. So we're in Plaguestone. The caravan leader was murdered through poisoning. We've investigated the honey farm lady and got attacked by bees. I can't remember. She, I think, pointed us to the mill. And I think that's where we're now, at the mill.
Okay.
I also point out that when she said, "Here, come inside, have some honey," somebody took a whole thing of honey as they left.
She basically just took the condiment tray and just went out with it.
The whole jar.
Yeah. Anyway, let me give you guys a proper recap. So, all 5 of you have joined a caravan, either as passengers, one of you as an employee, heading down from the nation of Isger to the nation of Absalom. And one of your stops is a town called Etrin's Folly, or more commonly known as Plaguestone. And while staying there at the inn called the Feed Mill, the caravan leader was poisoned following a bar brawl, which unfortunately none of you were around for the poisoning, so you weren't able to gather much information during. And the five of you, not having known bought the caravan leader for very long, were unlikely to be his killers, and thus were asked to help investigate his murder. You have found multiple things at the feed mill, and even went to talk to some of the feed mill staff, including the cook who runs a side gig as a beekeeper, and then you went to another employee that her brother was being chased by a boar, which you killed, and is now being cooked up and served as a lunch as thanks.
Yay, we get free animals.
Free food. Or
Not as good as free dog, though.
all right. See, much cool. So this employee who we're currently looking into, what was their role at the feed mill tavern?
Okay, Trin is one of the feed mill's waitresses.
Okay. Ooh, I'm like having like flashbacks to like the whole fight thing. Except I don't think my character was actually in the tavern at the time. Because I was like,
None of you were.
yeah.
All left as soon as the bar brawl started.
The goblins know what happens when that shit goes down. We just like out.
Lysenth and Fido were still in the...
Oh, because they were trying to help people, weren't they?
Well, no, Lysenth was causing chaos. Fido was trying to help.
And I was freeing the horses.
Yeah, then he had to drag Fido out.
Oh, that's right. I think you got like sucker punched or something and just went straight down.
Yeah.
It's all coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Fido was on 1 HP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit less than what on right now of 3.
Fine.
Yeah, you're fine. We'll have dog for later for dessert. So
Treats, you mean?
not dog treats, no, just dog. We'll have to skin first. So Trin, does Trin remember where they were during the incident?
Oh, as I explained, I during bar brawls I do leave for the night and come back in the morning as it gets quite rowdy in there.
So you're saying that you fled the scene? Is that what you're telling me?
I guess you can look at it that way. I didn't know it was a scene of a crime until you came here today and informed me of Bort's death.
But if you poisoned Bort, then of course you'd know that it was a scene of the crime, and thus you fled the scene after instigating the brawl.
I assure you, I did not flee the scene, and if you remember, I did not instigate the brawl. That was the farmer Eamon after he got a drink spilled on him.
Did you spill the drink on him?
Not me, no.
A likely story. That's it.
You would remember clearly that she wasn't involved at all in the start of the brawl.
That's all my thoughts. Anyone else?
Do you remember if there was anyone suspicious? going in or out of the kitchen aside from myself. But you wouldn't have seen me because I was like super stealthy.
Only you.
Was anyone hiding in the ovens? They're good places to hide.
Only when they're off.
Fire's good.
Who served what again?
Bought. I don't remember exactly. I think that was. On.
Perhaps the killer tried to hide their tracks by attacking with a boar. Maybe the boar was the killers as well.
Why would the boar kill Lord?
I don't know.
I doubt
Stealing his name?
I doubt the boar was involved.
But it sure is tasty.
Was it the goblin who served boar?
Oh, they also fled the scene. We need to track down the goblin.
Do you know anybody who you think might hurt somebody who might be willing to do it?
Not that I can think of.
There was that really mean person. The one who was like arrogant and an ass.
Oh,
you mean Howard?
Possibly?
Yeah,
He should have died too.
He's more just the town's bully. We just try to avoid him when we can.
Better
He
idea
seems
is
the most malicious person here.
if you kneecap the bully, you bring them down to your level, and then you can poke them in the eyes.
And then you also have their kneecaps.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit uncalled for.
Best way of dealing with bullies. Well, apart from burning them at a stake. Over a roast pit.
So do we know who served boar?
Alright, think about I did serve him his meals that night.
Did anyone get too close to you while you were getting ready to serve it?
Not that I recall. I just picked up his food from the kitchen and placed it on the table. He didn't touch his food until after the brawl starts.
Perhaps the cook was the one that killed him. Wait, we've already said that. We've already spoken to the cook.
No, and I think it was.
Did it smell weird when you were giving it to him?
I didn't really smell the food.
Can you smell?
I can.
Just checking. Never know if there's two-footed peoples.
So out of character, the other thing with the fight scene was that when they said that the farmer Eamon is the one who instigated it, it was another server who bumped into him, spilled the drink onto the farmer. I think it was a male server?
Yes. I typically serve food while it's Conroll that serves the drinks.
So we need to investigate him. Maybe the food wasn't poisoned, but the drink was.
But didn't the bowl smell weird?
Well, maybe
Like
the
the
drink was
flowery
poured into the
smell?
bowl.
We do have a vial of poison.
You have a vial of poison? Did you do it?
No, we found the vial of poison.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
No.
Weird floral scented poison.
So maybe if we sniff out the poison, we can sniff out the murderer.
I've been trying.
Yeah.
Not easy.
I don't really know where Conroll lives, but you can ask Miss Falster where he lives.
So who's Mrs. Falster?
Falst, that's the owner of the feed mill.
I mean, what if somebody poisoned it during the brawl? Like,
I
maybe.
think the brawl was a cover-up, which means whoever started the brawl is involved in this. So we need to find this Colin person, which means we need to go back to the inn and go, where does this person live so that we can shake them down? And then we go there and do it.
House. Where did this person live so we can burn it down?
Oh, we shouldn't burn houses. That's not nice.
You only do that if they don't leave the house. Then you set it on fire so they have to leave.
Or if they
Well,
don't
what if
leave,
they
you've
get-
got cooked food.
Can't eat people. That's
Just to find people.
So do we think we can get, aside from like the tasty boar, are we getting more info out of this person? This Trin?
I don't know what else to tell you. I wasn't there for when it happened. The most I can say is that I served him his food, and then when the brawl started and I was hit in the head with the mug, I just went out there pretty quick.
Did you stop when you had his bowl of food? Did you stop and talk to anyone before giving it to him?
No, I did not. I went straight to his table and just placed it in front of him.
Can I check the knock on the head? See if it was self-inflicted.
You would remember clearly that she was hit in the head with a mug.
I still don't trust my own eyes. Or my brain.
I will trust my own perceptions of what I think happened. My version of reality.
Yes. Everybody's a suspect until one of them doesn't burn at the stake. And that person is the witch. And then you have to drown them.
Can I
If
do
they
a
don't drown, they're a
general
witch.
check to see if it felt like she was lying or hedging anything?
Can I have you make a secret perception check, please?
Perception, and there is a bot. Kill it.
Yep, done.
Yes.
Second one in 2 days.
She seems to be telling the truth.
We need to find this Colin person.
One last thing. Is this scent familiar to you in any way? And Lysent would basically just shove the vial in her face.
All right, let me take a look.
If you
No,
drink it,
it's,
it might be helpful.
Oh, don't drink it.
I remember you mentioning that this was the poison. No, it doesn't smell familiar to me at all.
Does it taste familiar?
Oh,
Why don't
taste
you
it.
try?
I've already had my full. Nice ball. And honey.
Ooh, boar and honey.
Why are you so insistent of trying to kill me?
Not just you.
He just does the slow turnaround towards her and just creepily smiles.
How do we not know that you tried to kill Bort?
We could have if we wanted to, but it wasn't us.
Someone got there first.
Yeah. And if we killed him, he would have been burnt. And then eaten.
Why?
Everything burns eventually.
Yeah.
regardless, even if you didn't kill him, I don't think somebody that open to murder should be in this town.
Who said anything about murder? Oh wait, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it was us.
Yeah. No, it wasn't us.
We're gonna
No,
go
it wasn't us.
Yeah.
and talk to what was her name? Miss Fallstar?
It is Delma Fulst.
Falst. Okay. We're gonna talk to Mrs. Falst and find out where Colin lives.
Okay, you go do that.
Thank you.
Please don't come back.
What if you have any more balls? We saved you from the ball.
I'm also learning how to clean. I know how to use a broom.
I think I'd take my chances with the ball.
Okay, next time we release a ball in your front yard, we won't help. Gotcha.
Why would we release a boar?
Why not?
Why would you go through the effort of capturing it and not just eating it straight away?
Because they're fun to chase around.
Well, we'd have to do that anyways to catch one.
True. Once you catch them, then you find somewhere else to put it, and then you do it again.
Out of character, I'm just waiting for like Lysanthi or like Fido to just go like, move along now, move along, and just like getting us out of this poor person's house.
You could be rich.
Simply.
Driving people mad is my job. Let us move.
Oh well. Let's go back to the inn.
Right? You head back to the feed mill where you see Delma sweeping still. And she's like, oh, so glad you guys are here. Can I ask a favor of the lot of you?
Do you want a ball?
A ball?
Yes.
No, that isn't what I'm after.
What would you like?
What is your favor?
With me being so busy trying to clean up the inn, I haven't got time to help out my father. He's grown a bit old and isn't as active as he used to be. All I ask is that you take him for a stroll around town.
And
Suppose
off
it
a
gives us
cliff.
time to take Fido for a walk as well.
You went there.
Walks are nice. I love walks.
Do we need a leash?
No, why
Leash?
do we need
No.
leash?
Just push him around in his wheelchair and just...
Oh.
If you get some reins on the bear and hook it up to the wheelchair, we could have races.
Please don't race my father around.
Okay, we'll let him win. We won't race. We'll let him win.
Does your father know where Colin Roll lives? Exists?
Oh, Conroll? Yeah, he doesn't live too far away from here. He lives just a few houses down with his wife and daughter.
Does she walk us out the street and point? So we know?
Yeah, she does. Anyway, my father just lives next door here. I would be very happy if you're able to
kidnap him and run him around the town a few times. Gotcha.
No, not at all.
Oh.
Just get him, help him get some fresh air.
We'll ensure your sire's relatively safe return.
Relatively.
We'll be happy to help.
All right, thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to clean up. Somebody during the brawl seemed to have thrown up quite a bit in the barn.
Ugh. Okay, and then when this E03 is going to start heading out.
Who did we want to like split up? Did some people want to like walk the dad and other people interrogate the guy?
Is there a cliff? Is there a
Why?
cliff nearby
No.
for the walking?
You would know that the area is relatively flat with a few hills.
Oh wow. Maybe there's some mine we can walk down
Why would we want to walk to a mine?
in case someone gets lost.
As much as I would love to go elderly sledding, I do believe our goal lies elsewhere.
It sounds fun,
So
but so do we want to take the dad for a walk first, all together?
I
Or-
think all together we can interrogate the dad. Maybe the dad was involved. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe they had issues together, and like stuff.
it won't take too long.
Especially if you're tired.
Besides that, it's the nice thing to do.
You want this nice stuff? I don't understand it.
It's a cover.
I think it's a curse.
Nice is good, and being good is good.
No, don't go. No.
Oh. Okay, well let's go next door and pick up the dad.
And drop the dad.
No,
Well,
we just walk him.
we'll do what the lady asked us to do.
Okay.
And we'll try not to embellish it. We'll just stick to the boring task that we were given and do it. And then at the end, we can go, hey, as an extra, we can like push you down a hill. Did you want to do it? And then it's up to them to go, oh, yes, or nah.
And if they're asleep, they can't say nah.
You just shake them a bit and you just see which way the head like flops.
Oh, I like that one. Let's shake some old people. Let's go.
Doesn't sound nice. We can't shake them. Old people are delicate.
Hello,
Knock,
old
knock, knock.
people.
Also, it's kind of.
Hang on a
old
moment.
people.
You hear some wheeling towards the door, and it opens to this older gentleman. What do you want?
We've been told we've been told to push you around town.
Thank goodness. Been getting stuffy in here.
Well, if you open windows, it's no longer stuffy. We learnt that in living in caves.
Too cold if I do.
Are you just going to complain?
Don't talk back to your elders. I think he's doing that thing where he just talks about what he wants, which is like what you talk about when you want to just burn things.
Ah, one of those.
It's like you.
It's
But
not.
old. Who's gonna push the wheelie thing?
I can push it.
But
Okay.
Wouldn't be able to see where you're going, though.
Oh,
Actually, how tall do we have heights? I don't remember doing heights.
I don't think any of you put down your height.
Pretty sure the goblins will not be able to see over the
Yeah.
wheelchair.
Nor would Fido.
Fido.
Oh, really? Are they short as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're about
I
the same
forgot.
size as a goblin.
Oh.
Lysanthe is currently the only medium-sized.
But if we leash the goblin, if you leash Fido to the chair in front of it, then you can go.
That might be dangerous.
But funny.
Yeah.
Strap a stick with
Looking
a dog
at
treat
the
on it.
wheelchair, it looks like it's designed to be pushed and won't be as effective pulling it.
We can always still try.
Well, I said, like, I think maybe you might have to push it. I'm a little.
Cynthia, are you strong enough?
Of course I'm strong.
Are you?
Yeah, Lysanthe has a 16 strength.
Oh my god.
No! Sir!
Somehow, lizard folk start with a bonus to strength.
Yeah.
I
Lizard
was
folk
like,
are
I'm
the
just
problem.
picturing you as this like scrawny lizard folk warlock edgy boy, and then suddenly
It's
you
the
like
robes.
you just roll back your robes, and suddenly you're like super buff underneath them.
Yeah. Who said that wizards and sorcerers have to be weak?
I know, right?
Because they have to be. That's the stereotype.
I feel like I've been lied to this whole time.
How dare you break the stereotype?
It's like a Full Metal Alchemist like Armstrong moment where you just suddenly start flexing.
I was reading a
Awesome.
character sheet for another game, and they have traits, and one of the traits was look at my bicep.
That is an awesome trait.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Okay.
the character defining trait of my bicep.
The best
I
character.
don't care who
trait.
pushes the cart. Just somebody do it.
They said,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, let's go this way. And he points down towards down the main street.
Shall we act as bodyguards?
man, do you like murder mysteries?
Boring.
Boring. Does that mean you've been involved in too many?
He's a murderer.
You read plenty of books when you get as old as I have been.
So
read?
do you want to play a game of Who Done It?
Anyway, this here building, this is the feed mill. I opened it roughly about 50 years ago, before the Goblin Blood Wars. My brother died in that conflict, as well as many of my family. Town avoided the worst of it, as it was primarily in the west. You notice that during this, as he's retelling this, he is giving you both Upri and Taka a slight glare.
We almost won that.
Winsome
If it
smile.
wasn't for the hobgoblins taking over and saying, no, we do it this way, we do it that way. No, we could have won that. The hobgoblins are like, we're so big.
You would know that this has been long before you were born.
I know. Story traditions.
Yeah. Next, as you continue pushing him, he points out, this is the Plague Stone, which bit of a local landmark. Used to give food and aid to those suffering from the plague. Everybody suspected a local witch named Silwith of starting the plague. And after Silwith caught it herself, she cursed the town's only priest before she died. Afterwards, Father Bulgris contracted the plague and died. And after that, the plague pretty much vanished.
That reminds me. Old man, what do you think of this smell?
My nose isn't what it used to be.
Then try tasting it.
Do not
Oh,
try
don't
those
taste it.
things.
Nah.
Who did she? Sorry, who did she curse? I'm like
Local
into
priest.
the lore.
Yeah,
Local
Father
Krista.
Bulgrist. Yeah.
There.
The witch had a daughter named Vilry who stuck around for a few years. Then I don't know what happened to her. She either died or ran off. Doesn't matter.
Have you heard about the person that died?
Eh? What'd you say?
How do you feel
Died.
about people named Bort?
No, bought.
It's a silly name, isn't it?
Hmm.
Bort was Bort actually just died. He was murdered.
He was a lot younger than you. Do you feel like you're going to die soon?
What a
Bort
rude
said-
thing to ask, young man.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. He doesn't mean it.
Just a question.
Yeah. Let's go this way next. And he points down another street.
More boring stories.
Hmm.
They're they're nice to hear. They're interesting. Please tell us more.
At least
Yeah.
they're not written down.
Right now, you see this part of town used to be much more lively. Now it's all just abandoned buildings. Yeah. Only the really poor or desperate would ever live in these parts. Anyone with any bit of coin would live in the southern part of town, not here. Now, if you keep going, eventually we'll go to Drunk Shepherd's Path.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, wanders through all the turnip farms around town. You know, there used to be sheep pastures, but the last large flock left town years ago.
Did they leave or did they vanish?
Left. Yeah, no real animals around here anymore. Just farming vegetables.
Animals are much more tastier than vegetables.
We did see a giant boar.
Oh yes, that was tasty too.
You know
I
what?
don't think
Dog, if you have the scent of the poison, you should like smell around like the abandoned area and see if like someone was using it as a like
A lair.
lair.
Dungeon.
Because they could have been hiding
Right.
stuff here. Because it's like abandoned.
I mean, I can try.
All right. Can I have you make me a perception check?
Here, try
a
tasting
secret
some.
one?
It might help.
Is that a secret one?
Sure. All right. As you're traveling down the street, pushing Mr. Fulster down, you sniff around the nearby houses for that familiar scent. You don't seem to catch it.
I'm not smelling it.
Maybe you should use your other nose.
I only have one nose.
Well, it's broken then.
I don't think it's broken. I don't think so. I mean, I could still smell like other things like you guys.
Stop bothering the dog.
But it's a dog.
What we do?
I mean, I'm actually a shoonie, not a dog.
I get a stick and throw it.
Do you need me to go get that for you?
Yes, dog.
Oh, Fido.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Dog.
Yeah. Now, if you keep pushing me down this path, we'll eventually reach the old shrine. It's a bit into the old woods. The shrine is currently meant to worship Gosra, but it has served other purposes. Druids actually used to gather around the shrine a long time ago. Since Father Bulgrus' death, nobody really worships here anymore. Yeah.
They should
I will
make a
come
shrine
back with a stick.
to the goblin gods. They're much more powerful.
Who's Gosra?
Can I have you make a religion check?
Religion or occultism?
All right, that is enough. You would know that Gosra is the god of nature and weather.
Did you like coming to the shrine? Is that why you're taking us here?
It's good to have faith.
Oh, so you believe in this Gosra.
It's good to pray.
Are you praying now?
Need to reach the shrine first.
Oh, we're not there yet. What are you going to pray for?
You ask a lot of questions.
It's how you learn.
Yeah, what do you think we're going to read? They steal words from your mind.
Eventually, you do make it to the shrine. Can I have everybody make me perception checks?
Ooh.
An attack.
Public.
Are
Yes.
these secret?
It's public.
Okay.
Oh, that was not good.
I wins.
Oh, I do.
Fido. wins.
Fido.
Yeah, but I don't.
23.
But I don't account for the dog.
On.
I Sent is too busy thinking about his Lord and Savior Yog-Sothoth.
I just
As you do.
realized, I just realized that I've got my Cthulhu shirt on, and it's like I've got a picture of
Okay.
that cord on my shirt. Oops, I'm good at that.
As you are reaching the shrine, Fido and Tucker, you hear a slight buzzing noise coming from the trees.
The bees are back. Take cover. Burn the trees.
I dive into a bush.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're gonna get all stung again.
Yeah.
So stand in front of the old man.
I throw acid at the bush.
I'm hiding in.
The other bush.
It's like, oh my God. Betrayal.
Well, so actually, I've got produced flame, so I can throw flame at the bush.
Oh my God, you're going to set the forest on fire.
If you ever want to be an evil GM and have an encounter in dry bushland, and then when the players use their fireball spells, have it have consequences.
Oh yeah. Yes. Things light up.
Mhm.
I did that once. Well,
There you are.
both me and him, we set an old mansion on fire because of the players.
You've set the
Well, they
farmland
set it on fire.
in the Goblin Lord show.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then went inside the
That
farm
was for
itself.
fun of it.
Then went inside the farm itself to search it, and then the fire kept on going towards the farm.
That was just fun.
Unfortunately, they don't have you. Yeah.
So what map are we looking at? So
I don't
it
know
just
if there
taking
is
some
one.
time here.
Yeah. Let me just get you.
Are you making?
I'm just setting it up.
Okay, no problem. I got to read up what Produce Flame does because all the spells are just slightly different.
Yeah.
What we're used to.
Like a daze, not actually even dazing.
Yeah, it's a bit different. Small ball of
Okay,
flame.
so let me just. Roll all initiatives. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, with how the combat tracker works, even though he runs off your initiative, Tittle still appears in the combat tracker.
I'll just ignore.
Yeah, just ignore. So, first up,
He's up free. Unless
No.
it's whatever's attacking us.
you see a small thing.
Describe this thing, would you
Uh,
please, GM.
Okay. You see this bug-like thing that looks like a large red mosquito that just looks very angry and hungry as it just rushes towards the closest thing with warm blood.
Oh, so not us.
We've like side skipped into the other like story from the
Yeah, oh no,
week.
the mosquito witch.
Yep.
Okay. So would I have had time to like dive into the thing before the bushes before combat started? or-
No, you
Nope.
would not.
Okay. So I think there's enough warm bodies between me and it, so I will.
All right. It will try to attack Lyseth.
My synth might not even be warm-blooded.
Actually, Lysanth wouldn't be.
Okay, that is a
Oh
crit.
no!
Okay, warm enough.
Okay. The creature grabs onto you using its legs that are covered with barbs.
Oh dear.
It is current while attached to you, it is flat-footed.
Hmm.
Okay. That is its turn. Oh, whoops.
Ignoring Tiddles.
Going
Oh,
back
there's
up.
more.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, great. There's more.
Oh dear.
This one will try to attack Tiddles. And that is a hit. It is currently attached to Tiddles, using its barbed legs. Now it is Upri's turn.
Okay, I am going to.
Didn't take any damage from the critical.
No, its attach works differently.
Yeah, it's a blood drain, I think.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I probably should add these. Here. Yeah.
Wait, does it give me an advantage if you use hunt prey? And then is it hunter's edge flurry?
What are you looking for?
I was just like trying to figure out which actions I want to take. So I think it's one action for me to mark a creature as my prey.
Yes, it's one action to do that.
And then I think I wanted to use my second action for my hunted shot, which I can do once per round.
Okay.
Which is one of my
Yep.
feats. Yep. So I can make that one action gives me 2 quick shots against the one I'm hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So then that will be 2 longbow attacks.
Yep. And this will not be combining the multiple. Oh, actually, yeah, you do use the multiple attack penalty properly. Right.
Yeah, apply it to each strike normally. And then when I do the flurry, you've trained to unleash a thing. Your multiple attack penalty for attacks against your hunted prey is -3 on your second attack of the turn instead of a -5.
Okay.
So that comes into effect too because I've marked it as my prey.
All right. Let me
Complex.
see if I can adjust that for you. All right. There.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll make the first 2. Oh, I don't need to roll in the tower. Oh, wait, I should have targeted thing. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sorry. Remembering Fantasy Grounds.
How do we target in Fantasy Grounds as a reminder?
Okay. You should see on the map it's if you have it opened up to
Fill the screen kind of thing.
unless you do, you have the symbol on the right, which is 4 squares and a triangle pointing down. That will open the toolbar.
Yeah, don't have those
Okay.
I just did
because
the
I'm displaying it.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Just tell me which one you want to target, and I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
I've targeted it, so it's
Okay.
Tiny Animal 1.
Alright,
However,
Yeah, I'll have to ask for you to roll again.
okay. So first roll again.
All right, that is a crit. Roll damage.
Ooh. How does damage work? Ooh.
All right, and with that, you just shoot it off of Lysent. Lysent as the giant mosquito rips off you. Its barbs cause you to suffer 1 bleed damage.
Totally forgot it was actually on you, so I'm glad I didn't roll really badly. So that was action to target, and then the action. It was only one of my attacks, wasn't it? So I have a second attack that was part of my feat that let me do 2 quick shots.
Yeah, but that only
It's only one.
That's only against your targeted
Which is dead.
creature.
Okay. Which is now dead. Okay,
Yep.
okay. So
since you're not targeting and you don't have the flurry bonus, those values will return to normal.
yeah.
You can use the second action to make your second attack against
The other one.
Yep. So remember
Yeah.
to target it first.
Yep. Oh wait, I need to remove a target. And then do that. Okay. And then use the second number. No.
Oh.
Okay.
Luckily,
as
that
you-
one's not attached to anyone.
No, it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you draw to shoot at the giant mosquito creature, you fumble a bit with your pull. Can I have you roll an attack again against Tiddles using your second attack thing? You have to target Tiddles first.
Okay.
But I'll just say that misses.
Okay, cool.
Okay. That is your turn.
Yes.
Fido.
Okay. Okay, the one in front of Lyseth is dead, so I'll use an action to get in front of him, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and target and whack it.
All right, roll to hit. Okay, that's a hit. Roll damage for me. Okay, with that, it rips off of Tiddles. Tiddles also getting 1 bleed damage.
Fiddles.
Is there anything else you want to do with your last action?
I guess I'll try attacking it again.
Instead.
Oh, it's dead?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I didn't. Then just raise up my shield.
Okay. Yep. Tucker, it is your turn, and because it is your turn, Tiddles suffers that 1 point of bleed damage.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen.
Is there anything you would like to do?
Ask Tiddles to come here.
Okay, that's 1 action.
I produce flame and look at Upri menacingly because you shot at Tiddles.
I'm pretty sure I clipped the thing, not just Tiddles. Pretty
So
sure I
now-
clipped it.
I am tempted to target Upri right now, but I won't.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use the produce flame as a medical check.
Yeah,
if
I see
that's
you
possible.
actually targeted.
Yeah, I did target Tiddle. Yeah. No, I'll actually use the produce flame as a medical to try to stop the wound from continual bleeding,
Cauterizing.
cauterizing the wound.
Okay, I believe that is a medicine.
Yeah.
So can I have you make me a one? Let me just find it. There it is. I'll say this is an improvised healer's tools check. So that will be a -2 on your check.
Okay.
So can I have you make a medicine check to stop bleeding?
Yep. No.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. Let me have a look at the DC for a moment.
I don't know if I passed, if I failed by 10, but I might be close.
Your cure is going to do more damage than the
Well, now you'll have a fire bear.
Oh, fire bear.
Is this how you make fire elemental bears?
No, you douse them in oil first.
Oh, you missed a step.
I know.
It's how you make a revenant bear.
Hmm.
Or you get an undead bear and then douse them in oil and then
Uh-huh.
set them on fire. Or you protect them from the fire and then set them on fire, and then there's steps in there.
Yeah, okay. That was a crit fail. So
Damage is normal?
That causes Tiddles to take another point of bleed damage.
Okay.
All right. So that was all your actions.
Yep.
Lysanthe.
Please do not try that on me, Darker.
You were
Yeah.
really going to be the...
Speaking of which, you take a point of bleed.
Only one from the critical? Damn.
Now, are there any other damn bugs? And Lysanthe will try and see if there are any other bugs.
Okay, that is an action to seek. All right. So
Nope.
can I have you? On. Let me have a look at. Where is it? Okay. A secret perception check, please.
Secret perception.
I do love that the perception checks are secret.
Okay. You don't see or hear anything.
And I'll scoot past Fido.
Mhm.
Assume I can just move through allies.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, allies count as difficult terrain, so that's 15, 20. You moved 20 feet so far.
25 is as far as I can move.
Okay, and that was all of your actions. Alright,
Oops.
it is no longer your turn.
Rude.
It is now this guy's turn, and he's going to move
Of course.
15 and is going to try and attack you.
I wasn't sure if the seek was 2 actions or not.
Seek is 1 action.
Oh, then I only used 2 actions.
Oh, all right. Was there something else you wanted to do?
Well, I remembered I have protective spells. So I'm going to cast Mage Armor.
Okay. What? How many actions is?
Oh, wait, it's 2, right.
Yeah.
Shield.
Oh, you
Cast
don't
shield.
have shield.
I do have shield.
Oh, it's not showing up on my sheet
No.
for some
It's a
reason.
cantrip.
Okay. Yep. So you increase your
AC
AC
by
by 1. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, there isn't a way to add that. So just go into the combat tab of your character sheet and temporarily add yourself a +1 shield bonus to your armor class.
Let's get a fitting sound for this.
All right. So, yeah, it will try to attack you. It hits, and it has an action remaining. So it will attempt to drain your blood. So
not quite sure how it works, but I can use my reaction to raise my shield. Shield block.
Okay. Shield block, that just reduces damage from an attack. Unfortunately, this isn't a traditional attack.
Can you at least raise it so it like sticks into the shield instead?
That is not how the shield works, unfortunately.
Worth a try. Worth
Alright.
a plead more than anything.
Okay. You take 2 points of damage. And you are currently... drained 1.
Yeah.
Alright, and it's...
So no more blood donations from you.
Yep. It has sucked your blood. That is its turn. Oh, whoops. It is now turn of this guy.
Oh, there are more.
Oh, there.
Yeah, there's more.
Not that tough.
No, but there's
There's
more.
more.
There's more.
But wait.
This
There's more.
one will also try to attach to you. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot.
If I only had fireballs.
This one attached. It's 5-footed. This one will also try and target you.
So if you can pull them off and stick him onto the old man.
Oh man, that's alright. We've got him with us.
That is a hit. And it will also try... It'll also drain you. You take 4 points of damage. And
lizard boy.
your drained condition does not increase. Oh, whoops.
But he
Yeah.
heals. Yay!
He healed.
Yeah, I did the wrong thing.
They're actually like first aid mosquitoes, and
Yeah.
they like do blood transfusions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that was its turn. You currently have two of these giant mosquitoes attached to you, draining your blood.
Yay.
So,
Round 2.
round. This one's dead. This one's dead. Skip Tiddles. Upri, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to do. Actually, is there a ruler? I'm pretty sure there's a ruler. How do I?
Okay, it's both middle. It's left, right click. Click and hold those.
Ooh, okay. 30, brilliant. All right, so I can attack the first one. That's within range.
Yep. And yeah.
All right, so I think I'll do the combination I did before, which is mark it as my prey as one action, and then use my hunted shot against it.
Okay.
So then the penalties change.
Let me just.
Is it easier just to make a second longbow, which has the different?
Yeah, I'll do that in between sessions.
Yeah. All right, so first attack. And yes, I've got a target. Yes.
That is. Oh, I think I forgot to. Yeah, my bad. I forgot to set it as flat-footed because it is attached. So that would hit.
Oh, okay.
So roll damage for me. Okay.
And then
It is still up.
Yeah, so I'll use my second shot. That misses.
Yes. You have 1 action remaining.
I'll use that for the third attack.
All right, roll to hit.
Ooh.
You hit. All right. And with that, it also rips off Lysent. Bleed damage does not stack, so you're just still at bleed 1.
Just a reminder, we do have chat dice in play. Unfortunately, it's not for us; it's for the GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a D20 there for you. Forgot to mention at the start of the show, kind of deliberately, but yeah, I thought we'd remind. Yep.
Yeah. So that was your turn.
Done.
Fido, it is now your turn. You have one of these giant mosquitoes left attached to your lizard folk friend.
So I will use my movement to get there
Mm-hmm.
and smash hit.
All right. Roll to hit. That is a crit. Roll damage. All right. With
I
that,
think I killed it.
yeah. Seeing your friend hurt, you just run up and grab your long sword and just swat it off of him. It falls. It hits the ground with a sickening crunch.
Ooh.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Lysent and Tiddles, you are both still bleeding.
Well,
All right. So Fido, I believe you have 1 action left.
oops. I was just looking at that. Okay.
Oh, you already used your
Yeah,
spell point.
I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was one way to find out. I guess I'll just look around, like, see if there's anything else.
All right. Can I have you make a secret perception check, please?
Mm-hmm.
You don't seem to see or hear anything.
We might be gone. Maybe.
Yeah. You hear Targan speak up. Thank goodness they're gone. Tucker, it is your turn.
He'll try to do a medical on Tiddles.
Okay. I'm guessing you're still using improvise
I've actually got I can.
healer's tools.
Oh, actually, did we get healer's tools? I think the only person that got healer's tools was Duna. He's
Yeah.
not here. Yeah, then I'll try to do what I've got.
Okay, that's a -2 modifier on your
-2.
medicine
Eek.
check.
Eek. Still not good. Probably not a
That
crit
is
fumble, though.
not a crit fail, but yeah, Tiddles, since it is Tiddles' turn, he does take another point of bleed damage. All right, that was 2 actions to do that. You have 1 action left.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to do except for just keep on trying that.
Okay.
So, waste the third action.
Yeah. Lysant, it is your turn. You're still bleeding.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to do?
I have no idea. I don't think there's any way I can stop my bleeding. There's nothing I can do. So
You can try.
I mean, I could try a medicine check on myself, I suppose.
Yeah.
Lysent will try and stop his own bleeding. I suppose
Unfortunately, you will have the -2.
guess best I can do is rip off one of my own sleeves and just use it as a tourniquet. Is that the right word?
All right. Unfortunately, that is not enough, and you are still bleeding.
Yeah, tourniquet around the neck is not a good idea.
Yeah, let me just read those two.
I was expecting more around the abdomen or arms.
Much better is to burn it.
Hmm.
Like I'm doing, see? Missed. Missed. Stay still, Skittles.
Yep.
All right. Upri, it is your turn. I did not think how throwing bleed damage into the mix would screw you guys.
TPK via bleed damage.
Yeah, I'm having a look through my pack, and I don't think soap is gonna help.
Just stick it in. Like as a plug.
By the way, Tucker, you still have a spell slot left for heal.
I've got 2 of
That
them.
will remove the bleed damage.
I know.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything like spells, so I don't know. Is helping or assisting someone a possibility for an action?
Hold on. Let me look up the rules for aid. Okay. That will require you to make a... this is a reaction to a creature adjacent to you.
Mm-hmm.
And you will have to make the same check at a DC of 20. But if you succeed, your ally will get a bonus. If you crit succeed, they'll get a bigger bonus. But if you crit fail, they will get a penalty.
Oh, I don't really want to risk that. My medicine check is like +0.
So you've got a 50-50 chance of crit failing.
Yes.
And a 5% chance of just succeeding.
Yeah, I probably won't risk it. Look, I figure you know what you're doing. What's my movement? It's like 25 or 30. Where's movement?
It will be under main. It is 25.
25. All right. I think that gets me like, yeah. I'll just move over there.
Right.
That's 1 action, and I'll use my. Is it 2 actions for seeking? You said
it's 1 action to seek.
Oh, 1. So then I'll just like listen around and see if I can hear any more bugs or anything else.
Are you going to seek twice?
I'll seek once. If I don't hear anything suspicious, I'll probably move again.
Okay. Roll me a secret perception.
Listening for suspicious things.
You don't see or hear anything suspicious.
All right. Then I will move because it's double movement, so I can only get here, I guess. To go through Fido. So I'll kind of move over here and wait.
Okay. Fido, it is your turn.
I will try. I will. Lysenti is still bleeding, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
But I'll give it a shot, just in case.
Okay.
Just trying to put some cloth, like just pressing it. So...
Okay.
and then it'll be a -2, but
Uh,
11. So that's a 10.
that's a
Nine.
fail, but it's
Yeah.
not a crit fail.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to do? You have one action left.
I think I'll just stay where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Right.
Taka, it is your turn. Tiddles takes another point of bleed damage. What do you want to do?
Let's
Slow
try.
death.
Let's try to heal it.
Okay. Cast heal. You will have to target
No,
both.
we're medical.
Oh, medical.
Just do a
Yeah.
medicine check again.
Medicine, yes.
Okay. So roll me a medicine check.
Ooh.
Okay. You stop the bleeding on Tiddles.
I am a golden god.
Yeah. Lysantha's still bleeding.
Then I move to Lysanth.
Okay, you move to Lysanth. That is your turn.
Yay!
Lysanth,
Yep.
you take another point of bleed damage.
Yeah.
Oops.
All I can do is continue attempting to try and heal myself.
Okay. Roll medicine for me.
6.
Okay.
-2.
Oh.
Hmm.
That will make it a crit fail. You take another point of bleed damage.
No.
Did you just like make the wound bigger?
Probably.
I'm just watching the bar lower of your health track.
Yogg-Sothoth, take me. This death is too slow.
I can help. Wait, which way? The death or the...
You have two paths before you, life or death. Which one do you pick?
life with goblins or death with your god? Which one? he's having to think about that one.
Either.
We go
What's
through
that?
the order again. We're trying to heal.
Yes.
We're up to
Upri again.
round
I mean-
4.
I'm not much help. What am I looking at? Is that big rock thing the shrine?
Yes, that is a stone altar.
I'm gonna look forward and inspect it.
Okay, it is a large stone. The top part of it seems to have been worn over time to be relatively flat.
Is there anything on it, like a healer's kit just happening to be there?
Okay.
Spend your luck points.
I'll basically
you-
sit there.
Yeah, you don't see anything on top of it except for some just overgrown plant matter on it.
That's all right. So that was like 5, 10, I think, feet of movement, 15, 20, 25. I'll just like circle around it, just looking it over and seeing if
Okay.
there's anything interesting either dropped around it or just around. Nothing.
You don't see anything of note.
Can I sit on it?
Yes, you can.
I will sit on it. This is probably another like round of movement, but that's fine. I'm kicking back while everyone else is working to save Lysanthi. Yeah.
Maybe if we sacrifice him on the altar, we'll get power.
Can't sacrifice him.
That's my turn.
Well, if he just bleeds now, then we don't get any power. If he bleeds to death now, we don't get anything. But if we actively do that, then we might be able to get something.
Well, we just stop him from bleeding.
But if we fail that, then we lose everything.
Oh, we totally left the old man behind, by the way.
Yeah, he is still by Tiddles.
Yeah.
Tiddles will protect him.
Can I ask Tiddles to attack?
Anyway, Fido, it is your turn.
Tried to heal Lizard Boy again.
Okay, roll me a medicine check. That is not enough.
Oh
I can't believe this is actually happening.
Yep. I'm just
What
watching
happens when you don't
health
have
bar
healers?
drop.
I mean, what happens when medicine checks are so hard?
Yeah.
It's a 15, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Taka, it is your turn.
Yeah. Let's try again.
All right.
Medicine with the -2. No.
That is
Oh,
enough.
wait, it is just with that -2.
All right. So you are no longer bleeding.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, but you are still drained until you heal at least 1 hit point.
So that was fun. Now what do we do? Now do we sacrifice the old man?
Oh,
Old man, are you going to die soon?
no.
That is not something I hope to happen.
Well, what if it does happen?
I don't think I still have a few years in me.
When it does happen, can you just come to us so we can sacrifice you on the altar?
I'm sitting on a rock, guys. I'm sitting on a rock. I found a rock.
Sir, are those normal?
Those things, they are called blood seekers. Some people call them sturges.
So they're normal for this area?
Don't see them too often. They're pests. But have a few good boys that know how to swing a sword, and yeah, you can deal with them.
Except for the fact that you keep on bleeding after that.
Yeah. Anyway, push me back home. The other direction on the path will lead back around.
You don't want to go to the altar? We can lay you out on the altar. Or not.
After what you've been suggesting, I won't risk going near it.
Oh. Maybe you said a couple of years' time? You got a few years back. So a few years we'll come back. How do you know when you're going to die?
Once you bring me back home, I don't want to see you again.
I hear that a lot.
Definitely has that effect on people.
People say that to me.
Anyway, if you push me down this path, you can. We will go past Etrin's Hill.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's a interesting sight. I think it's interesting.
Is there going to be more things that try to kill us?
Hope not.
Oh. Where's the fun in that? Okay, let's go. Etrin's Hill. And I start singing.
Yep. As you travel, eventually you do cross a rather significantly sized hill, and on the top of it, you can see the ruins of what looks to be a burned down structure.
See, that wasn't me. Apri, was that you?
Nah, that is where Etron's Folly gets its name. This hill was where the first house was built in the area by the town's founder, Etron.
And first one to burn down too, it seems.
Yeah. He spent his fortune founding this town, only to die in a fire that consumed him and his family because the house was too far away from both the well and the river. This is how the town got the name of Etron's Folly.
So the town was named after an idiot, and after the idiot's being an idiot. I hear some goblin tribes have that type of naming idea.
Just push me back home.
How
Okay.
far, like if we're on top of the hill, we're looking down at the
You're
ruins?
not on top of the hill. You're just going around it. Just follow the trail, and eventually you'll reach back to town.
How far up the hill is the house? Like if I wanted to quickly have a scout around.
You will see that just a like maybe 40 feet from the path.
Hey guys, I want to have a look at it. I think it's interesting. I'm
Don't
gonna have a
wander too far.
I'm gonna be so confident and be like,
I am totally uninjured compared to everyone else.
I'll come too. Let's sneak up there.
yeah. So I guess the goblins are gonna go sneak up on we're gonna surprise that burned down house.
Okay.
And
I have you both roll stealth then?
yeah, and telling Tiddles to protect those down below. That's his standing orders.
Oh,
I did mine secretly.
Okay.
mine's an 11.
Yep. You make your way up to the house. There's barely anything left. Pretty much whatever remained has caved in onto the ground and has long been overgrown with plant life, and is beginning the process of returning to the earth.
Okay. Can I look around and see if there are any tracks leading into the house to indicate if anyone's using it as a lair?
All right. Can I have you make me a secret survival check, please? You don't see any tracks.
Okay.
Can I see if there's any animals or anything around as well?
All right. Perception check, please.
I was going to do survival. Whoops, wrong one. I'm going to do perception secret.
Yeah.
Everything's secret.
Being away from the tree line, you don't see many animals, but you do see some birds flying above.
The birds are using it as a secret lair. We need to play goal. You capture the bird, usually seagulls, and you tie a noose around their neck, and one person holds the string, and the other goblins, they throw rocks at it. And if you run out of rocks, the person on the string, they get to eat the goal. If the person hits goal and knocks it out the air, they get to eat the goal. It's called goal.
At this point, Lysent and Fido, can I have you both make me secret perception checks, please?
As I say, the house turned into a mimic and just eat us.
I was going to pick up a rock and just throw it into the house and see if it hit anything. Hierarchy.
Okay. Fido, you're distracted, but Lysent, while you are pushing the wheelchair, you hear a soft snoring coming from it.
Sacrifice him.
As it seems that Targan has nodded off.
Leave him on the altar and have blood all around him. It's so much fun.
That'll be a fun wake up. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna pick up a rock and throw it into the house. See if it causes any fun sort of reaction.
Okay. You pick up a rock and you just hear it clatter against some old wood and then fall into a bush.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up some flame and throw that into.
Oh my god.
Okay. You set an old bush alight.
You show that bush.
And it burns for a little bit more before eventually going out.
Let's go back to the others. I don't think there's anything here.
No, not much to burn left. But if we get lots of wood, we could probably have a big bonfire sometime.
Oh yeah.
Big party.
Be nice at nighttime.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, I guess we'll start heading back to the others.
All right. You do that. And eventually you push him back towards his house. You can see that his daughter is Delma is just standing outside of the feed mill. And she says, "Oh, good. You've returned." Yeah. And suddenly Targan wakes up and he's like, finally you took me back home. Took too long. Now I'm late for lunch.
I mean, we could have just left you.
Could have sacrificed you.
We weren't given a time limit for this task. We were just told to walk you around, and we did what we were told, and we didn't even set you on fire or add any extras to it.
Yeah, just leave me back at home. You can piss off.
Joy of prune juice and eggs.
It was nice meeting you, sir.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Delma just takes his wheelchair and leads him back inside, and then comes back out and says, "Thanks for doing that. I know he can be a bit grumpy in his old age."
He's really rude.
He nearly died to bloodseekers.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they're totally.
What happened?
At the shrine and stuff, there were like these big mosquitoes that came out of nowhere, and they were like suck, 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 and we were like die, 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 die.
And they went to attack him, and we defended him, and we're brilliant heroes.
Yeah, they didn't get near your father.
Yeah, we protected him because
Thank
we're
goodness.
heroes.
All right. Yeah, for doing that, you can stay at the inn for free during this investigation.
With food?
Yeah, I will be willing to provide you with some meals during this.
Out of character, how do things like short rests work?
For
those who are is there a short rest function and feature?
No? There is no short rest. You can spend 10 minutes to get your focus points back for your focus spells, but in order to fully recover, hit points and such, you have to rest for 8 hours.
Oh, okay. So we're at like a point where I'm like, oh, do we want to go and interrogate a guy?
At this point, it is like mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, let's go eat and let's because we've now got free food. Let's go get some food to eat.
All right. At this point, the cook and Nora would be back as they are clearing up, as they finish cleaning up the events of the previous night.
Hope we have another brawl tonight. That'll be so much fun. Maybe less murder. Or if you have another murder, then we can investigate that one too.
Yeah.
Wonder who's going to be murdered tonight then.
Well, does that mean the goblin is back as well?
You don't. Throughout the afternoon, you don't seem to see him.
Okay.
We need to find that goblin.
I can't remember. Did Fido smell around the kitchen to see if they could find the floral scent there?
I think we did.
Yeah, Fido did. It was in the bowl of the
Only in the bowl.
porridge.
Okay. All right. So I guess after lunch, we're gonna go talk to that Colin dude.
You say Colin or colon?
Cone roll.
Cole roll.
Cone roll.
Cone roll.
I'm just calling him Colin.
Let's call him Bob.
Hollander.
Bob. Bob or Kate.
We do like while we're doing this, can it count as a 10-minute thing to get back a focus point?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
have that.
yeah.
I do think somebody, well, both me and Lyseth need it, but Fido would be nice and give to Lyseth.
Okay.
So I will probably just try to heal him.
Are you going to
You
try to
will.
heal?
Okay, you use lay on hands, Lyseth. You would recover 6 hit points.
Yeah. Now I'm no longer drained.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm drained. I forgot about that. Also, a good reason to heal you instead.
Can you do that for Cuddly as well? For my bear?
Well, I kind of used up all my. I mean maybe, but I'd have to keep resting.
Let me double check the sheet.
What if we have a really, really, really long dinner? Or lunch? Lunch, then eating to dinner.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. I just realized something. Because of your feature, the feat you took, your max is 2. So for that, I'll say you have 1 point left.
Oh, okay.
So you can heal him.
So, okay, so I can heal myself or Tiddles.
pretty much. You can heal anyone who has taken damage.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much everybody except for Apri.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty
Amazing.
good.
Yeah.
I know how this combat thing works. You don't get hit.
Mm,
Yeah. I try not to, but it happens, I guess, sometimes.
All right. So do you want to use lay on hands again?
Yeah.
All right. And targeting Tiddles.
or yourself.
Who will you heal?
See, here's this conflict. I, as a player, figure I should heal myself more. Knowing my character, though, is an idiot and would probably heal the bear instead.
All right.
I mean, your character has some semblance of self-preservation, right?
On 3 hit
I mean-
points.
Yeah. I'll just heal myself. The heck with it.
All right.
How selfish.
Oh, whoops.
Only half selfish, because the other lay on hands on Lysanthi.
It's still not Tiddles, though.
It lets Fido live longer so you can heal Tiddles later.
Exactly.
Playing the long game.
I don't like the long game. I like burn it all game. It's much more fun.
Yeah. So you have a delicious lunch at the feed mill. Pretty much at the same menu as before, minus
The poison.
the turnip porridge, as nobody is really wanting to have that at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say,
Everyone
can we
make
get
fortitude saves.
I was gonna say, can we get Fido to smell the bowls or the food before we consume it to see if that floral scent is there anywhere?
All right, Fido, can I have you make a secret perception, please?
The fact this one has to be a secret is like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Peter, most of the perception checks have been secret.
Yeah,
So I'm not too
I know.
sus.
I know. It's just like a.
Smells like food.
And
I think it smells alright.
Nom 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 nom. I will start eating when I'm given the all clear.
It's pretty good. A nice warm meal.
I enjoy it.
Food
This
is
is
good.
making me hungry.
Food is good. Shall we take our break now while we're doing this?
Yes.
Yes. I've been trying for the last 10 minutes to find a time to go. Look, get me. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
having an in-game meal is a great
Yes.
time before a break.
Yeah, totally. and then after meal we interrogate.
Yeah, we interrogate and torture.
Yeah. At this point, Conroll would be back serving drinks.
Oh, he's here. Oh yeah, okay.
We still need to find the goblin too. So we'll be right back. We'll get some audio from Syrinscape in the background. And stick around for the next part two of episode 3 of Fido and Friends. Yes, there we go. So, bye everybody.
Hi.
Hello, and we're back. Thanks for sticking around. We just got a little bit sidetracked on our break getting some food, but we are back and focused totally on Plague Stone because that's totally not what the subject we were talking about for the last little bit of time. So we I'm assuming we've finished our num-nums in the tavern, and who wants to start interrogating and torturing the waiter?
Looking towards the people who aren't keen for murder.
We'll just talk to him.
torture isn't murder. It's just pain.
It's not nice.
Yeah?
We don't do murder inside of towns because towns have laws. We have to follow the laws.
Right, we take the person out of town.
Well, if you guys need to know, Fido is the most diplomatic in your group.
That's right. There's like a party tracker thing.
Should we talk to him now then?
Ooh, I have an ability called Group Impression. Let me have a look at it.
What the hell?
When you make an impression, you can compare your diplomacy check result to the will DCs of 2 targets instead of 1. It's possible to get a different degree of success for each target. The number of targets increases to 4 if you're an expert, 10 if you're a master, and 25 if I'm legendary.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make sense for this, no.
I have the esteemed visitor feat.
What does that do?
Your polite manners and natural ability to comfort others makes it easy for you to break down cultural barriers and earn strangers' trust. While you are in a settlement, when you roll a critical failure on a diplomacy check to gather information or make an impression, you get a failure instead.
That's handy. That's handy. I think that would work for this. Maybe if you did a critical fail. Yeah.
Basically, you just don't worsen their opinion of you.
I'm just resistant to fire. That's why I like burning things.
I have intimidating glare. I can be very scary.
I also have that.
So, okay. So I think Fido and E03 could probably go in and try for the
Oh, hey, let's hear your side of the story.
and then if things start breaking down, that's when the intimidating stares can be used.
And then I burn down the tavern to add to that
No.
intimidating stare.
No.
Burning down taverns is rude. It's not nice.
But it's intimidating.
And against the law. Remember, we have to kind of obey the laws when we're in a town where laws are enforced.
We need to take the tavern out of town and then burn it. Gotcha.
There's that thing where belongings belong to people. Because that's why they're belongings. Because they
Only if they-
belong.
Only if they're in town. Because the town has laws.
It's outside of town too. But anyway, I think Fido should ask the guy the questions and also sniff him for the smell.
Yeah, go sniff his butt.
I don't think that's where he was keeping the vial if he was holding on to it.
You don't know.
I mean, it'd be kind of rude to sniff his butt without asking.
You can sniff his hands.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
Then-
still kind of have to ask, but it's rude to sniff people without their permission.
I'm guessing you're walking up to him.
Yes.
All right.
Don't
He's like,
bump him. Start another fight. Wait, no. Do bump him.
Actually, is there anyone else in the tavern at the moment? Or is it just us?
Just a few farmers now that it's getting towards the dinner rush.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And
hello.
oh yes, would you like anything, sir?
No, I'm good. We kind of wanted to ask you a few questions about what happened last night. Was it last night?
It was last night.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. About
Oh,
last night.
Yeah. Let me just serve this drink first.
Of course.
He walks up to a table, places the drink down, puts his in. All right. Now, what would you like to ask?
Well, do you know anything about what happened? Like the person who died, Bort?
I don't know him personally. He comes into town every few months. Typically is a very boisterous man that enjoys getting quite a big hearty meal and a few drinks here. And as for what happened, I don't know much.
Do you know why you spilled the drink on the farmer guy? Like, did you trip on something, or like, did you bump into someone?
Oh, that yeah, that I accidentally bumped into Farmer Elon as he was sitting down with his ale, causing it to spill over him. And before I know it, another bar will happen.
Can I check if he's lying?
All right, that would be a secret perception. He seems to be truthful.
Oh. God damn it, all the people we suspect are like nice people. Or at least I have no idea what I rolled. So
Or are they?
It's a conspiracy. They're all in on it.
Burn them all. Burn them all.
Can you think of anybody who had anything against Sport or would want to harm him in any way?
So I said I didn't really know him personally or any of his business. I just served him drinks.
Would you mind if I sniffed your hands?
Oh, okay. He reaches out his hands.
Sniff, sniff, sniff.
Put away.
Yeah. That would be a perception check, please.
Secret one.
Yeah. His hands just smell like a little bit of spilt ale.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry for having to do that. It's just I'm smelling for the poison that killed him.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't mean to be rude.
But yeah, all I remember from the night was I was knocked to the floor. And I saw both Finnick and Trin running as they typically do when brawls start. But I think about it. Typically, even though he does run after they start, he typically is back the next day, but I haven't seen Finnick at all.
Was Finnick the goblin?
Yes.
Okay. And if I recall, people were saying that he lives outside of town in the forest.
Nobody really knows where he lives. He sometimes sleeps in the barn, the stables.
Really need to find him and talk to him.
Yeah, I think we'll need to find Finnick and go from there. But when I spoke to him, he seemed fine. Like, he's here working hard, making a living. He didn't seem to be resentful or anything at all.
Maybe he caught a cold.
Yeah, I think we should try to find him. Do you have anything that would have belonged to Finnick that would still be here, so that Fido can smell it?
Not on me. Sorry.
He usually helps a lot in the kitchen, doesn't he? At least that's where I caught up with him yesterday.
Yeah, he helps out pretty much everywhere. He just does the odd job during the day, he helps out in the kitchen, and then during the night when it's busier, he helps wait tables.
Maybe if we go to the kitchen, maybe we can find something like a tea towel that he uses or his apron or something. And then we can smell it and catch a scent, and then maybe we can try to find out where he went.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
Anyway, at this point, Tamley, who was bought second, she walks up to you and begins asking how things are going in the search.
Bees, balls, and blood.
Yeah.
We keep finding suspects, but then the suspects aren't really suspects, and then it leads on to more people. It's like a process.
And they're all lying, so we need to burn them all.
Yeah, we also have our another problem.
What's that?
The horses, they are a little bit sick, as they have been infested with quite a few fleas. That's quite a lot.
Serves them right.
This isn't a good thing, as we need the horses to travel. But I did speak with Edra, who runs the stable. She did say that there are some, if she could get some rosemary, which is at a bush not too far away from here. There's a few rosemary bushes. She would be able to help get rid of the ticks. Though she did say that near these bushes lives a mean old bear.
So you want us to go kill a bear to help horses?
I didn't say kill.
How about we get the bear and have the bear kill the horses?
How would that help at all?
No.
Then
We're
you can-
trying to
then you can
wait.
get
No,
Bullocks. Bullocks aren't evil. Horses are devils.
we can't push our beliefs onto other people. We know horses are evil. They can continue to be tricked by them if they want and think that the horses are good, but we can't push our beliefs onto them.
But they're idiots. They
I
don't
know.
see through the
okay.
veil, through the magic.
It's okay. The horses will kill them in their sleep when they're like not suspecting it. But for now, they can live with their misconceptions about horses. We can't save everyone.
Flawed people. Flawed.
There's only so much we can do. We're only 2 goblins here.
I know.
Do you think Tiddles will like the other old bear? Do you think they'll hook up?
I think Tiddles is a bit young for hooking up. That'd be a bit a bit difficult.
No, too soon. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We'll give Tiddles a few more years before we start using Tiddles for like bear seduction tactics.
Or for-
Regardless, if you could go and get some of this rosemary in the morning, I would very much appreciate it.
Of course, we can do that.
And if we could find bullocks instead, would you consider?
Don't think there's any that live in this area.
If you manage to find one, though, you can try to capture it, and then we'll see what happens.
Bears make good. They pull things really good. They behave themselves, and you just need to feed them.
I think we're going to stick with the horses.
The bears are stronger. Much, much stronger. You only need one bear to pull the wagon.
Aren't
But,
they kind of slower?
Depends if it's chasing something. If you put a dog in front of it, they'll be really fast.
Just can't stick with the horses.
Failed people. Absolute fail.
Okay.
So we need to
So,
investigate murder and also
get Rosemary. Okay. So if Upri goes towards the kitchen, is Inora there? The cook?
Yes, Nora would be there.
And then
More.
she will be like, hi, so we're trying to find Finnick. Have you heard from him or anything?
Not since last night, no.
Is there does he have a favorite? Because he's goblins were short and everything. Does he have a special apron that only he wears and stuff that we can use to try to track him down?
Not really, no. He just comes in dressed as he is and helps me out with plating the food and a few small things with instruction.
Is there anything in here that he would handle a lot that might have his smell on it?
I handle most of the things in here, sorry.
Oh, okay. Do you know where he likes to go or hang out?
I can't say I see him much outside the inn.
Does he have any friends?
He's friendly enough with the rest of the staff here, but he's typically very private.
Okay. Yeah, Upri can't really think of anything else to ask. So, she'll head back to the group and say that, well, maybe we should just go to the barn. They said sometimes he sleeps in the barn. Maybe we can find where he sleeps and you can smell that place, Fido.
Well, I can try.
just be careful of the horses.
Because now they have fleas. Well, maybe not these ones. The other ones do.
It will be.
Fido, do you have fleas?
Oh, why would I have fleas?
I don't know. You're a dog. Don't dogs have fleas?
Oh, I'm a shoonie, actually.
What about ticks?
No, why would I have ticks?
Because you're a dog.
No, I'm actually a shoonie.
Yeah. Regardless, you're not a dog, but you still would be susceptible to getting fleas and such.
I mean, there was that time when I was a kid. When I was little, but I haven't since then. Well, maybe that one time also. I haven't had fleas in a long time.
Okay, that's why goblins are superior. No fleas.
Doesn't everybody get fleas?
No.
Everybody that has hair. Goblins don't.
Goblins are superior. Even lizards don't get fleas, I'm sure. But they get ticks.
Goblins can still get ticks.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah, I think Upri will head off to the
Oh,
barn.
speaking of which, Upri is a monkey goblin, so you have fur.
Hug my little tail to myself. Just feel like stroking it. But yeah, head over to the barn and see if I can find out where Fennec would normally make a nest.
All right, this is going to be a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, secret. pretty much all perception checks except for initiative is secret.
Mhm.
All right. Looking around, it takes you several minutes, but you do eventually find in the upper part a patch of hay that looks well worn in with something roughly your size sleeping in quite a bit.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to write my notes and I was distracted by what we were saying. So I was like, there's a patch of hair. And I'm like, wait, no, hey.
I mean, there's probably a little bit of hair in there.
but would it be his or someone else's in that case? Has he been scalping people? Who knows?
There's hair.
I would distinctly notice there's no hair.
Okay, cool. There's a patch of hay. Okay. I will call Fido over to sniff around the area, see if they can, like... Are we just really pushing the dog thing on Shunies? Can they actually do this? Like, catch scents? Is that a skill that they have?
I mean,
Fido does have the bloodhound heritage, allowing him to.
Yes! Okay, good. I just, like, we've just been doing this, and I'm like, do you even have a feat or ability that ties into
Is this
this?
racial
Are we being
stereotyping,
racist
or is it
here?
benefited?
It's like, well, yes, but I do actually have the feat that allows me to do this.
Yeah,
Like,
so not all Shunies can do this.
okay,
your
but
ancestors were famous trackers.
Yes, it's a stereotype, but yes, I can also do it.
okay, yeah. Free will get Fido to come over.
Yep. So you sniff around the hay. Smells like goblin.
Hopefully, different goblin.
I mean, it smells like goblin.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of smells like both of you.
It's a bit cleaner than the other two goblins you're familiar with.
Harsh.
True.
It doesn't smell quite as dirty, though.
Oh, okay. Well, did you want to try, like, following and seeing, like, if you can find out where Fennec went?
I'm also going to dig around the hay, see if there's anything hidden in it.
I mean, I can try. It's not easy, though, but I'll do my best.
All right. Can I have you make me a secret survival check, please? You will get a +2 bonus for this because you know his scent.
Survival.
All right. Sniffing around using the stables as your origin point with the large amount of scents around and basically other sense of him basically over time filling the area. You can't get a distinct track of where he went last night.
I can't. There's too many smells.
Oh, if I'm recalling correctly, I think what happened was when Finnick and the other person ran out of the tavern, E03 followed them for a bit, or tried to. Could I kind of go into the direction where I think I lost track of where he was, and we can try to pick it up from there?
Yes, you surely can.
All right, so I'll try to lead Fido to, like, the last sort of known area I knew that Finnick was running towards, like that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was towards, I can't remember, it was towards the outside of town, I think.
Yeah, you lost the tracks at the edge of town.
Okay, yeah, so I'll bring Fido around that area.
Okay.
Can I try to do tracking in that area without the scent?
Sure. Can I have you both make me secret survival checks?
Can I have Tittle? Is Tittles able to assist?
Tittles? I don't think Tittles can. Sorry. Okay.
Secret checks.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever tracks that there were don't seem to be around anymore, as this spot seems to be traveled quite a bit, this path.
Should we just start going into the woods?
Yes, that's a great plan.
Yeah. It is getting a bit late at night at this point.
Let's go into the woods and we'll come across something.
I feel like there's a voice in my head telling me that we should probably go take a long rest because some of you are dying. And then we can like try to follow this track in the morning
But
after
you're-
taking on a bear.
But Upper, you're not dying. I'm not dying. So why do we need the long rest?
And Tittle's dying?
Yeah, maybe. Okay. A little bit.
Little bit dying could be not dying if we take a rest.
True. You know, I could probably heal Tiddles.
Sorry?
I could probably heal Tiddles.
So you just want the two goblins and a bear to go into the woods at night? We do have dark vision.
I know. That's why we're superior.
Mm. But I think it would...
Totals were good.
I think we can rest for the night. But I might I might camp out in the barn in case Fennec decides to come back.
I'm gonna
And I'll
camp
be
out
like-
with the horses.
I'll be above them. Horses can't climb ladders and stuff.
But they can fly. They can fly and they can breathe fire.
I don't think that's a
Oh.
horse.
Only if there's a Sandpoint Devil.
Or a nightmare.
I don't think that's these horses. These are just regular horses.
You're not seeing deep enough. They're all devils. Devils and demons, a lot of them.
If I saw deep enough, I think I would just be seeing their innards, in which case I'd already ripped it open, and I don't want to do that to someone else's horses.
And that's-
So I think it's fine, they're just regular horses.
If you're not there when we get up in the morning, I'm not going to
You'll
bury
know
the
that the
body.
horses ate me. It's fine,
Yep, I'm not going to bury the body.
because it's inside a horse.
But can I get your stuff?
Depends if the horse ate it.
What if you leave your stuff in the room, and that way, if you do disappear in the morning, we still have your stuff?
No, I'd rather keep the stuff with me, because then I can try to fight off the horse if it decides to attack me, and then it will be self-defense.
You don't need your money, though.
I do, because if the horse is able to talk and, like, for some reason shows, like, moderate intelligence, I could strike a bargain with it. And I can hire it to be my secret assassin.
You think a lot of horses, don't you?
Sorry?
You think a lot of horses. I don't think you're going to be striking up a bargain.
You're
Well,
the one who said that I could just breathe fire. Like, geez, I was just thinking it's a regular horse. If it can breathe fire, maybe it can talk.
Okay, I'll let you have your gold. But if you die, I want your stuff.
If the horse doesn't eat it.
True. Deal.
Done. I'm spending the night in the
All of
barn.
this is just going over your head, Fido.
Open business
really
is the
con-
strangest thing I've ever seen.
I'm confused.
So,
Yeah, it is news to you that apparently horses can fly and breathe fire.
it's like, these are the stories that goblins tell their kids at night to like beware of horses.
Well, I mean, should you tell the caravan people? Because I would think flying horses would be useful for them. Because, like, wouldn't that be faster?
Also,
No.
horses can fly doesn't mean that the carriage is going to fly too, and it would just weigh them down.
And they'll just drop it.
I mean, I guess that's true.
It's like unicorns. People think they're amazingly fun to ride until they just teleport themselves away from from danger and not with you. Not good cavalry.
That was very specific. I'm like, what?
D&D lore. Have a look into it.
So Ubri will stay in the barn, kind of not in Phoenix Nest area, but like different section of the upper part, just kind of
All right.
hiding.
Yep. You find yourself a nice, comfy bit of hay that you're able to make into a nice bed for the night.
Awesome.
Yeah. Actually, if I have a look in your pack, you have a bedroll.
Oh,
So-
fantastic. Yes. Ooh, can I like roll stealth and just like cover myself with some of the hay so I just look like a regular pile of hay so it doesn't look
Okay.
any...
Yes. Make me a stealth check, please.
Woo! I am hay!
Yeah, you just dive into a pile of hay and just disappear.
A
Fantastic.
goblin in a sleeping bag diving into a pile of hay.
Oh, it totally works.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, Upri, you now have discovered that diving into hay is one of your most favorite games.
Fantastic. I found my life
Wait till-
calling.
Wait till she learns about finding a needle in a haystack.
Ooh.
She's gonna love that game.
What's everyone else doing?
Drinking, going to sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You enjoy a few drinks at the bar and make your way up to the rooms, which are quite comfortable. It's nice being in an actual bed for once. It's been a while. And yeah, you rest for 8 hours, which means you recover all of your spell slots and other such, and you gain another number of hit points.
Can I cast
Equal-
a spell before we go to sleep?
Oh yes, you can cast a spell before you go to sleep.
I may as well. And let's target everybody. How do I target everybody if I'm not on the map?
Oh, if you're not on the map, let me just,
You can just manually target everybody.
yeah.
Everybody except for Upri.
Mm-hmm.
Because Upri is not good enough for us.
Okay.
And let's do Fireball. I'm kidding. Healing. How do we do
So you're using the 3-action version?
Yep. And that didn't do a thing.
That's because you,
Oh, it's action, isn't it? Yes.
yeah,
You'll refund me.
yeah. All right, there and all right. Yeah, you need to here. Okay. The first one, the D8. Roll that first.
D8. There we go. And then what? It says temporary, but it's... Oops.
Okay. Everybody heals 2 hit points, and then now you tick off the slot.
Yay. Bye-bye.
Would it be +2 or -2 to heal?
It automatically calculated. Oh wait, why is it giving it to temporary?
For some reason, it wrote down as temp.
Okay. I'll fix that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, benevolent DM, for fixing the things.
Yeah.
All the things which are stuffed up, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look into your healing between sessions.
Yep, no problem.
Okay. So during the an 8-hour rest, you'll recover a number of hit points equal to your level times your Constitution modifier. So you're all level 1.
Yep.
So yeah, on. We'll see.
I mean, I'm good.
So wait, how does that work? It's your level times?
Level
Your
plus.
constitution
level
mod?
times. Minimum of
Minimum
one
Yeah.
for constitution.
Otherwise, I'd have 0.
Yeah.
Level times is pretty good, actually. I thought it was
Yep.
level plus. Cool. Well, I'm used to level plus, I should say.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So Fido. Tucker. Oh no, it's Upri that will that heals a lot, and Upri is the one that wasn't damaged.
Ah!
Right? So yeah. Did anybody apply it yet?
No. But
Okay.
I can-
Hold on. Don't apply it.
Okay.
Let me just.
Have you got a restore button?
Yeah, I've got a rest thing. Okay.
Oh, that's the HP bar people were talking about. It's on the party sheet.
Yep. So unfortunately, I'll have to do it to everybody. So.
Yeah, the HP bar on the party sheet. That's what I've been
Fido,
watching.
you
When
get
they're bleeding
an
out.
overnight rest. Upri, overnight rest. I sent overnight rest. Tucker, overnight rest.
Yeah, I get my spells back.
Yep. And even though he's not here, he still will get the hit points back. So overnight rest for Duna. And I'll have to do it manually for Tiddles. He would get... what's his con at? Right. Yep. So he would heal 2. Yep. So everybody is looking pretty good. And if you want to repair your spells.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do that again.
Yep.
It's been over a month.
Yeah, just go into preparation mode.
Something happened and I'm good.
Okay. You're just going to have the same preparation as last time?
Something happened. I pressed a button and I'm back to where I need to be. I don't
Okay.
need to change anything. Good. Don't want to have to change.
Okay. So it is now morning. There is the smell of breakfast. Upri, it has gotten quite a bit warm, wrapped up in both your sleeping bag and underneath the hay, as you are covered in sweat.
Okay. That's all right. I can roll with it. I'll roll around on like some fresh hay just to kind of like try to...
Natural odors.
Yeah. Just covering myself with natural
and
smells.
the hay around you and your sleeping bag is a bit moist.
Okay. It's fine. I can deal with that. I accept my lot in life.
And your fur.
And my fur. Yeah. So yeah, no sign of obviously Fennec returning in the night. Nothing.
No, not that you can see.
Okay. I will head down into the tavern to meet up with the others.
Yep.
Breakfast.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. And it seems that there is just a fresh batch of turnip porridge with small pieces of bacon on the
Ooh.
side.
Is this one poisoned?
I've made sure to look at everything going into it this time, so
I'm
no.
just checking, that's all.
It does really bad things for like establishment when you have like, food poisoning occur But yeah, it looks like you're taking steps.
I can assure you, with how quickly what happened, it was definitely not food poisoning.
Yeah. But, rumors spread, and then, as the story gets told in a lot of places, it gets warped and stuff. And the next thing you know is like you go to the next town over and they're saying like 10 people died and they're blaming it on the food. Well, we'll let them know that, if we ever hear that, we'll let them know it was just like, it was murder and it wasn't just food poisoning.
No, not just food poisoning.
But yeah, this breakfast is quite fresh with steam still coming off of it.
Nom, 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 nom. I eat it.
Lysanth only eats the meat.
All right.
Just picking it out.
Lizard
And-
folk, very likely a carnivore.
So we need to go find a bear and make it our friend.
I thought we needed to find Rosemary and try to find Finnick.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about the rosemary bushes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they're just out this way, and she gives you directions.
That would be Delma giving us directions?
Or-
Yeah, Delma.
Let's go get some food and let's go get some bears.
You finish eating your breakfast and even have a morning ale.
Ooh,
And
fancy.
head out.
Before we head out, can I just borrow something of our other lizard friend?
Gina?
The actually
Medical
two
kit?
things. Just
Duna will look at you like, yeah, sure. What?
the medical pack, please.
Healer's kit.
Yeah.
All right.
And have you still got that jar of honey?
Mine.
Go. I'll go back.
But yeah, for now, Duna will give you the healer's tools. So, oops, that didn't work.
I'll see if I can get a jar of honey from the tavern.
All right. Yep. Duna gave you the healer's tools.
Yay!
Yay!
It's actually nice how they implemented giving each other items from.
Yeah, I'm just like seeing that now pop up in chat. I'm like, that's so cool. It's like integrated.
Yeah.
So I go back before we leave. He's like, "Have you got any honey that I could buy?"
Honey. Yeah, Honora
Or fish.
sells. Yeah, Honora sells honey.
Yeah, I just need to. If you're going to go to a bear, I'd like to be friends with the bear instead of the bear eating everybody.
Yeah. Honora has us sell the jars of honey here at the feed mill. 1 silver a jar.
Okay, can I get 1 jar of honey, please?
All right. Yeah, sure. And she'll walk into a back room that is filled with various items, and she'll walk back out with a jar of honey that looks much like the jar that Duna took, but a bit fuller.
Oops, I just stuffed that up, didn't I?
And with a properly sealed lid.
Yeah, okay. So my plan is to be nice to the bear and make it our friend so we can use it to kill our enemies later.
Won't Tiddles get jealous?
Think of Tiddles as learning from a bigger person, like a bigger brother.
They could be family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my plan. Anyone else got plans?
Well, we're supposed to get the Rosemary, and we're supposed to try to find Finnick.
Oh yeah, the goblin. If you find Finnick, kill him.
No.
Oh,
Don't kill him. I meant don't kill him.
we
Don't
have to talk.
We have to do the questions first.
questions, torture, then kill him. Wait, no, maybe.
Questions. We'll start with questions and we'll go from there.
Then torture, then maybe or maybe not killing. Okay. Depending on the questions first.
Questions first.
Yes. Let's
But
head out.
Rosemary first.
Bear first.
Yep.
So many firsts.
You follow the directions going into the woods. Eventually, you see a small glade, and you see napping right next to several bushes is a bear.
He's so fluffy.
Is he
But,
fluffy?
He looks quite shaggy, old, and covered in quite a few scars.
Oh, so fluffy. Can I have a new pet? I quietly approach and be gentle to try to...
Oh, if you're approaching, I am totally like. Are there trees around the clearing? Obviously.
Yeah, hold on just a moment.
We've got a map.
I am totally going up a tree.
Bears can climb trees.
I know, but hopefully I can jump from tree to tree a lot easier than a bear can.
Oh, so you've got a tail. That's just cheating.
Mm.
I'll send Tiddles up a tree just in case. I don't think he can jump from tree to tree, though.
Gotta pick the tree smartly then.
And yeah, you see right there napping is a big bear. And the ground around the bushes seems to be covered in several loose leaves and just dry leaves and twigs and such, and probably will make quite a bit of noise if you're not careful. But yeah, the bear is asleep.
I thought you were describing that because you were like, he's like lying down on a bed of totally flammable things.
But I will try to quietly approach the bear, non-threatening, with an offering of honey.
I'm
Okay.
going into a tree.
So where are you walking to?
Towards the bear.
Yeah.
But
Did
quiet,
I show
quiet
you all
action.
the map?
I don't have the map up yet. Where's my map? Rosemary bushes? Oh, we have a map.
Yeah.
It's weird that it doesn't automatically come up. So I'm used to.
Yeah. It should automatically come up. Strange it didn't.
Okay. So let's go to the map screen. Ta-da!
Yay.
You can
Nice
get little
map.
tills behind. So I want to approach. Can I use stealth just to not be like, just to be more calming, more
Okay.
instead of being like my normal bouncing and jumping and loud
Okay.
self?
Roll stealth. You'll have a -2 on this.
Mhm. There we go. I didn't do it on private and it didn't come up anyway.
Yeah. Anyway,
Let's do it on
this-
private.
Yep.
Unless you want to accept that one.
Yeah, I'll just accept it this time.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. Okay.
And then I had to drop the thing I had picked up anyway. Sorry,
Yeah. So
19.
yeah, you make your way to the bear. It doesn't seem to notice as you're carefully. You're being very careful with your steps.
But I'm trying not to. I'm not trying to like. It's more kind of being quiet, not to rouse it, and not to be totally over the top. But I do want to try to just approach it calmly and carefully. If they want to do anything else, that's up to them.
What is everybody else doing?
Lysanthe is standing back.
Yeah, standing back.
Climbing a tree.
So much confidence. They have so much confidence in this. Okay. You just want to get me eaten, don't you?
No, of course not.
Oh.
So if they're all standing back and doing nothing but watching, I will see if I can pick some berries.
Okay. It's not berries, it's rosemary.
Rosemary. So
Yeah. All right.
a survival or
That you can just do next to the bush. Can I have you make a secret stealth check?
that's what I was expecting. Proper secret one.
Yep. All right. As you're picking the rosemary from the bush, the bear does not seem to rouse from its slumber. It just, you just hear the steady breath coming out of it.
Like a sleeping dragon. But furry.
You're probably going to spread this tale later and change it to that.
Dragon.
You stole coins from a dragon.
Yeah, absolutely. All the time. But I'll leave it an offering. I'll leave it a golden offering.
All right.
A
Yep.
golden jar
So,
offering.
Yeah,
of
you
honey.
pick several bits of rosemary and then you place onto the ground a jar of honey.
Lid
Still
on.
sealed,
Yes.
Yep.
and then you carefully walk away. Can I have you make one last stealth check?
It's kind of
This is
expecting
gone.
this, you know.
This is going to be private.
Yep. This is where I roll 1 without knowing.
Okay. As you walk away, suddenly, as you take a step, you hear a large crack. And you hear the sound of the bear drowsy starting to wake up.
Do we just make a run for it?
And you all right, what are you all going to do?
That's me running.
All right, you start running.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
if Taka starts bolting
Yeah.
towards us and the bear is like slowly waking up, it's like, yeah, run for it.
Okay, you all run for it.
We're leading it back to town, aren't we?
why not?
All right. You run for several minutes before turning back and realizing that the bear has not followed you.
Damn.
Yes.
I mean, yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you have managed to gather rosemary.
We're seasoned adventurers. We can do this. We can pick the bush.
Wasn't a bush.
Level up time. Got the rosemary.
We did get XP from the previous stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So
Speaking of which,
I think that should be solo XP. Just saying. I think that should be solo.
we just did it so that we wouldn't roll low.
We got experience. We did some cardio.
You did the smart move and didn't do anything.
Hmm.
And sent the lucky in to do it. Right, sure.
I mean, too many people, you know, you don't want a crowd.
Well, 80 experience. That's
yeah, counts as defeating the bear.
Yep. See, if I did diplomacy, which is if the next step if it failed, that's only a
We only-
+1.
We only need a little less than 600 more.
But it's the same every level. Same amount of
Yep.
experience that you need every level.
Yep, it just the
Scales.
amount of experience you get from a monster depends on your level compared to theirs.
Yeah. So it scales.
Yeah.
So killing ants isn't going to do much.
Yeah.
Yay, we defeated the bear. We still need to find
Yay.
the goblin. The other goblin.
Yep.
Yeah. The
Maybe-
cleaner goblin.
Maybe if we ask the bear. Do you want to go back and ask the bear?
And you talk to the bear?
I can, but they don't like me. Well, not all bears like me.
This particular bear looked a bit grumpy.
Mm,
Maybe we can find a non-grumpy bear.
yeah. Tiddles, do you know any non-grumpy bears? Nothing. No response. Apparently not. So we need to find this other goblin. That's the last people we need to speak to, I think.
Let's
Speaking
head
of
back-
which,
Oh.
as you are walking back through town to the inn, you spot just ahead of you Finnick walking down the street.
Get him!
Chase.
He looks behind him, sees you all, and just squeals. Ah! It just starts running.
I run. I chase.
Sir, we need to talk to you.
Okay. You all are currently in a chase. I haven't used these rules yet in Pathfinder 2nd. All right. So, yeah. He begins running, reaching the markets, which are filled with various carts that are in the way, and he seems to just dodge around them. What are you all doing?
Chase!
Chasing, and I'm going to be like, I don't know if it'll work, but leaping up and over the carts. Monkey goblin going up and
Okay.
over.
Okay, can I have you make an acrobatics check?
Okay.
When that happens, Lysent will be behind the rest of everyone.
Oh,
And oof.
Oh.
So we've got
If the
carts
carts have
in
any
front.
loose objects on them,
Meant to be
like small objects, Lysent will grab them.
yep. I probably was like getting ready to run and jump, and then I mistimed it, and I just face planted myself comically against the cart and just.
I cast.
Okay. So, yeah, let's just go in order from portraits at the top. So, Fido, what are you doing? There's this area is filled with various carts that you have to quickly navigate around. What are you doing?
I will just be trying to weave through the carts, I guess. You know, just trying to get through them as fast as possible.
Okay. Can I have you make an acrobatics check, please?
Okay.
Oh.
Acrobatics.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
It's one plus.
Fido's on the obstacle
No,
course. He's had a lot of
money.
training.
Okay, Upri, you already had your turn this time. Lysent, what are you doing?
Lysent will be staying at the back, but when he gets to the carts, if there are any small loose objects on them, he will grab some.
Okay, there are people still around.
Oh, yeah, but I mean on
these
the
cars.
side.
What exactly are you after?
Small loose objects, like small pots or pebbles.
Yeah,
Something
the
else on the
only carts that have objects on them are currently manned.
What was your
What's going on?
alignment? Do you care about stealing?
Chaotic neutral. So no, I don't care about stealing. My plan is grab some small objects and use telekinetic projectile to launch them at Fennec's legs.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have you make me a... let me just check something first. Fill load. Okay. Can I have you make me a thievery check?
Thievery. Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah, you know, I'm supposed to be really good at acrobatics too, and yeah.
Okay. Alright, and the person manning the cart sees you take this. It's like, oi! You have to pay for that first.
Let's check my inventory.
Just throw a coin at him.
Yeah, Lysenth will just loosely reach into his coin pouch and toss some coins.
Okay.
And keep on running.
Yep, you do that. That is your turn during this chase. Tucker, what are you doing?
So there's a card in front of us, and he's jumped over and he's moving. And is that correct?
Yes, he's been jumping up and over the carts and around them.
I want to target where he used to put a grease spell
Okay.
to see if I can have him slip over and slow him down.
All right. Can I have you make me a on? Yeah, for this, I'll say this is a caster's check, so that will be just use your spell attack. Druid. So go into your spell casting, press the magnifying glass, and
Yep.
you should see spell roll.
Spell roll.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, spell roll. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Drag and drop. No, that doesn't do that.
Yeah. Double click it.
Nope, that doesn't do that either.
Mm.
None of that works.
Okay. That.
Let's hit things.
Drag it onto the D20 maybe?
Just roll a d20 with a modifier +6.
Okay. I don't know if that rolled properly.
It hasn't loaded for me.
Or me.
Oh,
we go.
now there it is.
I rock.
Okay.
I'm amazing.
With that, he slips a bit. And yeah, you do seem to be gaining on him.
So I will click on the grease, so I have used it.
Yep. Alright. Now, as you get past the carts, there is a long stretch of road that he seems to be sprinting down now that it is pretty much empty. As you all go to sprint, can I have everybody make me fortitude saves?
Oh, that's probably not a good one.
There it is.
Is Tiddles faster than me? I was going to jump on Tiddles instead.
Tiddles?
Don't need to, because apparently I got 20 for the fortitude save.
Okay. Fido, Upri, and Tucker, you manage to not exhaust yourselves as you are running down the street.
Yeah.
Though, Lysanth, as you are running down, you do get a little bit winded.
So I just jump onto Tiddles and ride Tiddles for that little bit.
Yeah, you quickly just noticing this large stretch of road, just instinctually just jump onto Tiddles. And yeah, you make it down. Instantly, he runs into a series of alleys that looks quite muddy. You can either try and run through the muddy alley, or you could try and find a better path to cut him off.
I was going to go for the survival side. Well, are we doing this as one group, or is it?
You can each do your own thing.
Okay. So who's
probably,
first?
Yeah.
I'll
So
probably
first off, Fido, what are you doing?
I'll probably just run directly after him, going through the muddy.
Okay. Can I have you make me a reflex save?
And I'm calling out, Fido, he's got the ball. He's got the ball. Go get him. He's got the ball.
All right. You don't slip on the mud. All right, Upri, it is your turn.
I was just looking at my hunt prey feature, and it doesn't say anything. It just says it's concentration, but it doesn't say anything about how long it lasts.
Concentrate. It lasts for the rest of the day.
So would it be my turn to just mark him as my prey so that I have +2 bonuses to like
Everything.
seeking him and stuff and when tracking?
Navigating the alleys won't help you with navigating the alleys and finding.
No, this is more so like if I do lose his trail.
Yeah, if you do lose him, you can mark him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So is that my turn for now?
You can do that outside of your as part of your turn, but
Okay, cool.
yeah. So you can either run down the muddy alley, or you can just try and find a better path.
You could run the walls if you got climbing, maybe.
And I like parkour.
Sorry, just my thought. Not being a GM,
I'll
but-
try and just go like down the alley. Like, yeah, if I can try to bounce off walls, I'll try and bounce off walls. Otherwise, I'll just run through it.
Okay. This would have to be a reflex save.
Yeah.
Okay.
15.
All right. Lysent, what are you doing?
Seeing where Fido and E03 are going, would I be able to try and turn at any point to see if I can cut off Fennec?
Okay. Trying and recall if you know a better path through these alleys. Can I have you make a survival check for me?
Slightly better than thievery.
Okay.
Actually, not that bad. Well,
Tucker, what are you doing?
I'm going to do the cutting off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Survival check
survival,
for me,
yep.
please. All right.
All that made it up. Damn. Oh,
Yeah, you get a little bit lost, but yeah, you do find your way out of the series of alleys. You don't seem to have gained on him at all.
no.
All right. Next, Finnick is jumping through several backyards. And he runs past a yard, and you all are following him. He runs past the yard with what looks to be an angry-looking dog.
Kill the dog.
So,
Sorry, that was
first,
too quick.
Fido, what are you doing?
And Fido's first.
Goodbye.
I'm just still trying to go directly after
Go
it,
sniff his
so-
bum. Go.
Okay. So you're going to try and just run past the dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have you make me an athletics check, please?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay. As you run past the dog, it bites you for 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just quickly track that. Alright. Upri, what are you doing?
Did we see Fennec do anything in particular, or he just dashed straight past the dog and managed to avoid
Yeah,
it?
he dashed past the dog before it started taking attention towards
triggered it.
intruders. Yeah.
Is this the type of yard where it's just open with no real fence line, or is there a fence I could run along the top of avoiding the dog?
You realize that running along top the fence to avoid the dog will likely cause you to chew up much more time than running outside the yard.
Do I trust in my tracking skills, or do I take the risk? I'll take the risk. Let's see if I can go 2 days without taking damage.
Okay, so what are you doing to get past the dog?
Zigzagging, zigzagging past, I guess, or jumping over it.
Yeah, I will let you know if you wish. Yeah, you can try and sneak past it.
Ooh.
You're a goblin. You're going to be good at sneaking.
You say that?
You should be.
Are you some sort of freak goblin?
Yeah.
No goblin worth their weight in gold. Can't stealth.
It's
3.
yeah. I'll try and sneak.
Okay.
While it's distracted by Fido.
Okay. Roll me stealth, please. Okay, you managed to make it past the dog without issue.
Awesome.
Well, it's biting Fido.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Lysent, what are you doing?
I will cast Ghost Sound of a dog barking in another yard.
Ooh, to distract it.
Yeah.
Can I have you for this make me a bluff?
Would that be deception?
Deception, sorry. Yeah.
So I've only got
Okay.
powers for the sounds.
Pork, pork.
You managed to distract the dog, giving you a chance to run past. Tucker, what are you doing?
Hey, bro, fetch! Throw a stick and keep running.
Okay, this will be another. I would say diplomacy for this one.
Diplomacy, good, because I'm actually good with diplomacy, apparently with animals. I've got something about it. I didn't think it was going to be used, but...
Yeah, let me have a look at your...
Wild empathy?
Wild empathy. Yep, you're able to use diplomacy to influence animals. So
My diplomacy still sucks, though. Like, really sucks. Stealth would have been better.
Okay. He doesn't seem to take notice of the stick and just runs up and bites you.
Look, stick! Stick!
You take 2 points of damage as it bites you. There.
Thank you. I was about to do that. Okay.
Okay, you all make it past the dog.
Next.
And yeah, now Finnick is running through a turnip field. The area is quite uneven, and once again, you can either just try and go through the uneven area, or you can try and think of a better path to navigate and cut them off.
With Fido going first.
Yes, Fido going first.
I will. Yes, I will just keep going straight after him.
Okay. Can I have you make me a reflex save?
Reflex save.
Okay. You don't stumble as you run through the turnip field.
Cool.
All right. Upri, what are you doing?
I will also be running through the turnip field.
All right, reflex save for me. Anyway, what happened to the sound effects?
There are sound effects. I don't
Oh,
have
they're back again.
There are sound effects. I just don't have a turnip field sound effect.
Yeah.
I want to hear those turnips scream as we step on them.
Yeah, you don't stumble either. Lysent, what are you doing?
I'll see if I can try to cut him off again.
Okay, another survival check for me, please. All right. Yep, you managed to remember and identify a much better path to run through and cut them off. And Tucker, what are you doing?
Well, I was just checking to see if I could actually go through difficult terrain. Apparently I don't. Being a druid, not yet. So I'm just going to chase through anyway.
All right.
Reflex, was it?
Yep.
It's the same as survival, just haven't used reflex yet. There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
Get back here, we just want to torture you.
At which
Wait, no,
Fido
sorry.
and
Stop.
Upri, you managed to reach Finnick, able to tackle him, which you grab onto him and stop him from running into the forest.
Yeah,
Dog pile.
literal. And then I'm just like, touching Fido.
Ew, cuties. Please.
Yep. And Lysent and Tucker, you're not too far behind.
Yeah, so as we tackle Fennec, Upri is just kind of like, we just wanted to talk. Fido, do you smell anything on him? Do you smell anything? Do you smell the fluorescent?
It wasn't me. I didn't mean to.
I feel like that's a conflicting statement.
Please don't hurt me.
Why were you running?
I knew you were going to blame me. So I ran. Not everyone blames the goblin.
Why would we blame you if you weren't guilty?
I didn't mean to. I just thought it was I was just told it was going to be a harmless joke.
Who told you?
What was? What's a joke?
Can I have you make a diplomacy check?
Who?
Fido.
Either Fido or Upri.
I wonder who has the better charisma.
I don't know. I mean, goblins are supposed to be good at stealth, so you never know with this one.
Apparently, Fido's got better diplomacy by 2.
Versus my 6.
Yeah, you got 6. I've got 4.
Guess I'll make it then.
Okay.
Roll 15.
Right. Okay, I please don't hurt me. Howard, he made me put this. He gave me a vial of spices and told me that if I didn't put it in Bort's food, he would have me face one of the sharp points of his knives again.
What does that mean, guy?
Yeah, he only told me it would make Bort sick. Only a little payback for a bad deal he made. I didn't want to get hurt, so I put the spices in his porridge.
Well, in this case, you're just like, it wasn't like you wanted to kill him. It's actually Hallett, and Hallett just used you as a weapon. So people don't normally blame the weapons for killing people. They blame the people who were wielding the weapons, in which case it was like Hallett was holding you over the thing and shaking the poison out of you. So Hallett's the one who's at fault.
Aside from law, we could consider you an accomplice to murder.
Yeah, when I found out that Bort died from poisoning, I hid. I only just been sneaking back to the inn every now and then to get food.
Have you seen Hallett since? Or been avoiding him?
He only comes into town every few days.
Oh, he lives outside of town?
Yeah.
Does he live in a house which can be burnt?
Maybe.
Might be made of stone.
Ugh, I hate stone.
Look, if please speak to the sheriff. I make sure I not get in trouble, please.
You
I
have to
didn't
come
mean
with
to.
us. You have to come with us, and you have to show that you didn't mean it, and that you're resentful, repentant,
Regretful.
or that. There's a lot of RE words that you can use.
Torture.
But like,
No.
there's RE in that too, but in the wrong place. But like, yeah, you have to come with us, and you have to say what you did and why you did it, and that you're
Okay.
sorry.
Okay,
And then we'll do our best to help.
I come with.
We'll come with you. I'll hold your hand.
I'll
Thank
torture
you.
you.
No.
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 I don't like him. He mean.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, Howard is
Here
very
we go.
mean.
Yeah, remind me of Hallett.
No. He likes animals more than people.
I like people.
We stole treasure from a great dragon this morning.
Oh,
Didn't.
Because
Can we?
Taka is a great hero.
Mm-hmm.
speaking of which, you would still be carrying all the rosemary.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, with rather than heading to the inn, we should have been heading for the caravan to like give them the rosemary. So
Do we know where the sheriff is?
Oh, just follow me.
He's leading us into a trap. Let's be wary. This is also probably about the time to stop.
Yeah. And with that, you manage to find Finnick and get a confession from him.
hey, next session, are we going to let Taka burn down Alan's house?
Maybe.
Please.
We'll see what the sheriff says.
Yeah.
And we finally got to use the chase mechanics, which were only released
Yeah.
recently in the
Game Mastery.
Yeah, the Game Mastery guide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're very different. I know the back
Yeah,
end.
they're pretty much identical to the Pathfinder First Edition ones. Just
But there's like a lot of like you're rolling on a random table of what's happening, and then there's different things for each one.
Yeah, it has a set number of locations, and each time you succeed a check, you get further in the chase, and by the end of the last location, if somebody has a number of succeeded checks, they finish the cat.
Oh,
chase.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Oh.
yeah,
and there's a lot of options. That does it give you the you can do this or you can do that.
Yeah, it gives me 2 examples of options that you can take, but
And of course we didn't
with
do
creative. With creative thinking, you can take other options.
Stick, fetch. Wait, that's not in the list. Yeah.
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 I just use the DCs it gives me as examples.
Yeah. So that wasn't bad. I didn't mind that. And the sound for that chase music was actually the chase music for chasing Fennec. I kind of had an idea that that's going to happen at some point because I'm doing the audio, so I can see these things. Yeah, but that was really cool. I liked it. That was the first time I've done a chase scene since Waterdeep campaign.
Yeah, I was thinking of the chasing Waterdeep.
But yeah, the chase scene in Waterdeep wasn't as well done as this.
No. Yeah. This was, I agree. This was better done.
Yeah, Paizo definitely knows how to do chases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those that haven't done Waterdeep, there's a chase scene. It's really dangerous.
Oh dear.
For those that have, it's like, we had fun that day. Because for a non-combat game, you have 5 scenes, which are pretty much all combat.
Anyway, I have a chase scene upcoming in another campaign that I'm doing, and it looks interesting.
Oh. I think I've done this chase scene in Shadowrun, which is very different from this. Because you're not just chasing, you're chasing and shooting tires and shooting cars and trying to aim at the driver, who of course isn't actually there because the car's been remote controlled by a rigger on the passenger seat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The best chases that Paizo has ever done is the Starfinder chases using vehicles.
Ooh.
Those are good.
Ooh. And we do have a Starfinder game coming up soon on the channel.
Yeah, so maybe there'll be a vehicle chase. Who knows?
Or a really bad ship called SS Lies. Because they're really reputable people, aren't they?
Yeah, they definitely sound trustworthy.
They're just a bunch of scum. Total scum. But thank you for running this. It's been a while. We have to get used to using Fantasy Grounds again because we haven't had much chance of playing, and especially in Plaguestone as well. But thank you so much for...
All right, glad to actually get back into it. All right, see ya.
Oh, are we doing that? Okay, let's do outros.
All right. Yep. All right. I have been.
I think Game thought we were in the after talk.
Yeah. Game Reaper Oz. I am part of Gathering of Nerds. I don't think they're actually running it. Their session today. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be on.
I'm checking out.
I don't know what's going on with that. Yep, it's cancelled this week, unfortunately. But so you can catch me at Gathering of Nerds. I believe tomorrow night we are doing some Minecraft.
Oh,
awesome.
So I am the cameraman for the Minecraft sessions.
Cool.
Yeah, don't have everybody's view, unfortunately.
Because there's a lot of people in there.
It's just 5 of us.
Yeah, that's a lot of people to then have multiple camera angles on everyone and picture in and
like a full broadcaster room.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. Wayward?
Yep, I'm No Name Wayward. I've been playing Lysenthundaji, the Aberrant Sorcerer. Very spooky.
Hmm.
Very edgy.
Always edgy.
And yeah, always. Why not? And I don't have any social media really.
Esme?
Not yet.
Hi, I'm May, and I've been playing Fido, the good boy,
The best boy.
the best boy. You can find me Twitter, Instagram, May Arts, where I draw art and stuff, do commissions, all that stuff, all that jazz.
We're so going to corrupt Fido at some point. If this campaign keeps going, we'll try to corrupt him. Chibi, would you like to do your...
Yeah.
Yep.
Hi guys, I'm Chibi. I am a full-time commission artist here in Australia. You can find me at bespokecc.com.au, where I do lots of Dungeons and Dragons art commissions, as well as turning them into fun physical products as well, like tarot cards, stickers, coasters, that sort of thing. So yeah, you can check it out.
Awesome. My name is Carl Goblin. This is Goblin Cave TV. I need to remember the TV at the end now. You can find us at Goblin Cave TV pretty much everywhere, including GoblinCave.tv for our website, where you can watch our live shows and get all our social medias and all the other bits and pieces, and even our merch store as well on that place. We are going to be rating Neemster51, who is playing at the moment. They're very deep into a campaign, 48 episodes, I think, into a campaign, which is pretty damn deep. And we'll be back not tomorrow because we've got some painting and stuff going on in the studio, and so we won't be doing anything tomorrow. We're postponing the beginner box series for a couple of weeks while the painting's going on because there's going to be disruptions. So we'll be back in 2 days' time with Saints and Sinners, before we then split into Saints and Sinners and SS Lies or Smuggler's Run. I don't know what the name is fully for the next game. It's going to be something. But yes, that'll be not this week, but next week. Anyway, thanks for coming in. Let's go this raid. And we've been listening to the Fall of Plaguestone from Syrinscape. That's what we've been hearing all this time. So, yay.
Yeah.
Now we can say bye.
Now we can say bye.
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 Bye.